Thank you, Dr. Mazey. This is not my first time up here at this event, believe it or not. I know that's probably spinning some people's heads, but back in 2002, I was up here on the same podium at the Hall of Fame, and I was receiving the award on behalf of another Falcon hockey player, a teammate of mine, Greg Parks. And I was coach at the time, and unfortunately, Greg could not be here. But fortunately, I was out recruiting in Alberta, where he was living at the time. He was able to put together a wonderful speech for me to put together. So I actually, on the flight home, I was looking at the speech and thought, this is a piece of cake. So we were back in Olds Camp Hall for that induction. And sure enough, it's time for Parksy to go in the Hall of Fame. It's time for me to go up and walk on stage, and I got Greg's notes right somewhere. So Greg's notes are out in my car, and fortunately, I did have those 15, 20 minutes on the plane to go over Greg's notes. So he never found out the actual truth of what was said in his induction. So hopefully tonight I can deliver a much better induction speech on behalf of myself instead of for Greg Parks. I do have my notes here with me, but actually this is an outstanding night. I'm really fired up to be here. Congrats to Marty and Shane. And Shane may not know, but I was an assistant coach when Shane was playing and got a chance to watch quite a few games, and I actually told Coach Orr earlier, and I remember the inside-outside game. I don't think it was just layups. I think there was a few outside there, Shane, you weren't taking credit for here. But and then also with the congratulations to our 1959 National Championship team. Really special for myself because one of the members of that team is not only a really good friend of mine, but also the father-in-law, or excuse me, the father of my sister-in-law. And Tony Ruggiero, where are you, Tony? That's a good man right there. You know, I think Marnie holds every record here in every single event and a national championship. And I wish she was here. Obviously, it's a long way to come, a little different than coming from 1451 Devonshire down the road. To get it from Nora, but it would have been kind of nice to ask her how that's quite possible too. So, Shane, that's free throws, field goals, assists, steals, blocks, holding everything. So it's pretty impressive there for Marnie. I think it's outstanding to be going in with her, and obviously the outstanding stories of our national championship football team, and we're going to hear some of those here later on. But just outstanding stuff. I do want to thank all the members of our Hall of Fame committee who are here, and Ron. I didn't get the actual call from Ron about the induction. I did run into Ron at Kroger afterwards, and I got the congratulations. So Z, still where is he? Thank you. So and thank you to all the members of the committee for bestowing this tremendous honor. I do want to also thank Greg Christopher. When I did get the call, it was a very shocking call to get, something you don't normally expect to come, but it was quite a moment when I did receive that call from Greg Christopher. And with that, I do want to kind of publicly welcome Chris Kingston here to Bowling Green. I think I got a chance to meet Greg after I was able to do a real quick advanced scouting report from my really good friend who coaches at Army, where Chris had once been, and get a quick report. What are we going to get here in Bowling Green? Riles was real quick to point out you're getting a lot of energy and someone who's going to get a lot of work done. And I think obviously in a very short time, we're seeing that here today. And Chris, Ice Arena looks great, and keep up the good work, and welcome to BG. Chris Bergeron, yeah, where you at there? I want to thank Chris publicly here for all of his support. We had a chance early on with a little get together at my mother-in-law's house, and Chris stopped by, and we were able to get Chris to meet I think it was the entire family got a chance to meet their Burrs, but Chris is doing just an outstanding job here as we enter now Chris's 4th year, and I think anyone who's been out at the ice arena has seen just a team with that same type of energy we talk about and everything that we do want Falcons represented. We're getting that out of Burrs' team, and I don't think it's going to be very long, and maybe just a few months here, that we're competing for I gotta get this right here, a WCHA title. That's hard to say, Chris. It's seems a little strange, but we'll take those WCHA titles. So thanks again for your support, and keep up the outstanding work along with Ty Agner and Barry Shooter. So, job, Burrs. You know, a lot of acknowledgments come with this, and I think as Shane was pointing out, a lot of special people's lives, and Bowling Green, was able to provide with a lot of that. I have a lot of friends that are here, and I can see the Herringshaws, the Riches, and Pete and Christy are here, and just so many outstanding friends that have just been really here for the whole time. And I think when you really look back on Bowling Green, it's filled with a lot of outstanding people, a lot of people who not only care about athletics, care about the town, but Bowling Green is a very, very special place. I'm certainly glad that a lot of friends are here to share that here tonight. Along with Gene Romans, Gene and Bob Romans were outstanding hockey supporters. Bob was a professor here at the university, became outstanding friends. We lost Bob a few years ago. But Gene is here, and Gene, I still got that locket in my pocket you gave me from Bob, so hopefully we got a lot of good luck with that. Also, like Shane, there's a lot of family here, as I mentioned. There's when I married into with the Paradiso family, there was a lot that came with it. There's 3 older brothers, Tony, Tim and Dooney, kind of running the gauntlet there, and many of their children here tonight. My godchild, Dominique, who's a senior at St. Mary's College, is here. Thanks for making the trip in, honey. It's cool there. But also, my mom made the trip in from Chicago. She's sitting here with her friend Noreen, and my mother-in-law, Barbara Paradis, who holds all those boys in line that I was talking about earlier. But my mom, we lost Dad back in 1992, but in that time from 84 to 88, it was back then it was about a 4.5-hour drive from Chicago. Now it's only about 4 hours, 3:45. Speed limit's changed there. But I don't remember them ever missing a home game. And I also remember the same thing, she was always looking up in the stands. It was hard to start that game if I didn't see them up in the stands, kind of wondering where's Mom and Dad. They made the trip in, and they were there. But they got on the road quite a bit, but they're home during the hockey season. But certainly here in Bowling Green, those friends I talked about, they welcomed my parents, and it really kind of made everything really an outstanding experience here in BG. Along with that, because of that connection, my 3 children are here. Where's Ben? Where's little Ben there? He's got, how you doing, big fella? He came from his first dance today. He had a 6th grade dance at St. Al's, his first dance. Dance with anybody? No? Okay. Ben's quite a guy there. Pee Wee hockey player, soccer player. Casey, my daughter is here. She's a freshman at Notre Dame Academy. They have a district final soccer game tomorrow, so honey, good luck with that. I'll be walking on the field at halftime while your game's going on, so I apologize for that. Please go easy on me. And that's Casey and Jacob, my oldest, firstborn. All 3 of the kids were born in Boston. We were working at Boston College. Jacob is back to school out there. He's a senior at Kimball Union Academy, playing hockey. And Shane is his roommate is Danny Ainge, his youngest child. And that does have dividends because I did get to a divisional series, Game 5, Red Sox against the Tigers. Joe, home run, grand slam, beat the Tigers. So, sorry, Tiger fans. I'm rambling here, but I think this is really a big part of it, acknowledging the people who are special in your life there. And there's going to be people that I forget along the path there, but this is great. Dooney, you made it here on time? So, that's good. You know, as I move on, and you just think, while this was going on, I got the call, and the only thing that came to mind was, what did BG, what did I get out of BG? You know, I got a call and said, you're in the Hall of Fame. And immediately, it's an extremely humbling type of thought. You know, I just thought, what did BG give me? Along with all of those things I mentioned, Bowling Green also gave me. And I go to a lot of these speeches over time. You're coaching for a long time. You go to a lot of banquets. And I hear a lot of coaches, and I'll introduce their wife as the assistant coach. You know, she's the assistant coach for a team, or she's the GM. She holds everything together. And quite frankly, that one, she would kill me if I introduced her as that, but it really would not do a service. Bowling Green gave me, quite simply, the most remarkable person I've ever met. My wife named me Joe. So along with those humble thoughts, you know, I was, hey, Bowling Green, what else, Fran? Thanks for being here, and you know, it was just outstanding to just kind of walk in here and see your face. Ken Shaney, who was such a big part of everything. Where's Ken? Here, yeah, right next to Lee, another special guy. But Ken, everything, so much of the grounds here, what we see and took for granted is some of the best fields to play on. Ken was responsible for that. So, along with Jimmy Elsasser, who's here, but thanks, Jimmy. But those friends are really, really special. I mentioned my awesome family, but most importantly, when you look at the hockey part of what Bowling Green gave me, an opportunity to have some outstanding coaches. I remember, obviously, Buddy Powers, and Wayne Wilson was a graduate assistant coach, George Roll, Terry Flanagan. A lot of people here remember Terry, who super coach, a super guy. We lost Terry at a very young age here in 1992, but his memory will always be one that sticks with me. And in that same coaching tree, quite simply, Bowling Green gave me the opportunity to not only play for, but work with and become very close friends with not only the winningest coach in college hockey history, but also the greatest human being that's ever stepped behind a hockey bench, in Jerry York. So, you know, Jerry is not here. They're playing the Gophers tonight, but I think we all give a big round of applause to Jerry and what he's meant to our program. So Bobby and Jerry, a big part of our lives. We were out in Boston. Bobby was responsible for watching Jacob, my oldest, for the first couple of years. And living in Watertown, Massachusetts, obviously a lot of hills out there. Jacob, at the age of 2, wasn't really adept at running down hills. So one day when we did pick him up from the York house, his nose is completely scraped and shattered and bloody. And Bobby said that Jacob his legs weren't quite going as fast as his face as he was running down the hills of Watertown. But Bobby was a big part of raising our kids there. But also, very simply, and I appreciate, Todd, all of the talk about the different numbers and everything that came along with my time here. But this is definitely the first thought that came to mind. I had the opportunity, and very fortunate, to play alongside just some outstanding players along the way. I mentioned the coaches. along the way, and how can you ever not get everything out of playing for Jerry York? But how about playing with 5 other Hall of Famers at that time? Kruzich, Emerson, Blake, Wansboro, Greg Parker, I mentioned before, numerous NHLers, hockey NHL Hall of Famers. Blakey's going in the Hall of Fame here. So that was for me just the opportunity to be alongside those guys every day. We were good. I got it here somewhere. 172 times we were on the ice. 112 times we won. 65% of the times we won games. And we won because we had a lot of good hockey players. And to me, that's just an outstanding feeling. Okay? We won. We were ranked #1 in the country. We won CCHA championships. We won at Joe Louis. First ever, as Tom mentioned, bringing home that first title here from Joe Louis. And we had so many battles along the way, and people remember Bowling Green, Michigan State, we were winning the league. We couldn't quite get over the hump at Joe Louis. We did that in 87, 88. Tom Kuzma is here. Tom, my brother-in-law, Dooney, we were trying to pull them up over the glass afterwards. Some of those memories that are vivid. Tommy, we almost got you over it, okay? Not quite. But that kind of stuff is just so cool in what we do. And that was basically what our team, we won because we had a lot of good hockey players. That thought just resonates right through me here. Very quickly, and I know a lot of athletes now in locker rooms, music is a big thing. People play different tunes in all of their locker rooms, pump-up songs. And quite frankly, what I hear now wasn't what we were listening to back in the early 80s. So I thought what I would do, did Mike Matashak make it in here? Shaq is on his way. He may join the post game, but here's what I remember in our locker room. And I wanted to bring this up just for people to kind of get a little bit of a reference as to where we're at with our time. Phil Collins was mostly in our freshman year with Genesis. Paul Young and Peter Gabriel was really big. We progressed on to reggae music with Bob Marley being a big part of it. The Violent Femmes were a big part of it. And one huge memory, and I wish Shaq was here, for a big game at Western Michigan that we actually would go on and win the league title that year. As we were getting fired up, guys were getting in the locker room. And it was 90% of our team, 90% of our team was in the locker room doing air guitar to Leonard Skinner's Freebird, okay? Which is, Jacob, you ever heard of him? Have you? Yeah, okay. But air guitar to Leonard Skinner brought home a title for us. But here's what we got, quite simply, and I apologize. I know Mary Ellen said 5 minutes, but it wasn't going to happen, Shane. But here's what I remember. This is an outstanding place to go to school. I remember just outstanding fans, great fans, extremely passionate hockey fans who cared about Bowling Green hockey, cared about our community, and certainly ones that were a lot of fun to play in front of. And we were, because of so many good hockey players, we were a really good team that won a lot of games, but more importantly, we just loved being Falcons. I want to thank everybody one more time for bestowing this outstanding honor upon me. Dave, let's thank Dave Coach Clausen, who I talked to earlier. I want to cap this weekend off tomorrow with an outstanding win over those guys from up north there. And again, thank you for everything that you've done for the Paluch family here in Bowling Green. Thanks for being here. Let's have a great day tomorrow, and always remember, go Falcons.